What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So I talked about this developing story a little bit on my other channel yesterday, Too Raw for Sports. And that is that Houston Rockets guard Kevin Porter Jr. Apparently beat up his ex-girlfriend, or I'm assuming she's his ex-girlfriend now, because she'd be an absolute fool to get back with this guy now. She's a former WNBA player. I think her name is Kizri, and she has a funny sounding last name. But anyway, she's severely injured, according to reports. According to multiple reports, she suffered serious injuries. Reportedly, she was covered in blood when police came. She has a fractured vertebrae in her neck, which indicates how hard and with the force in which Kevin Porter Jr. was strangulating her. She also has a laceration on her face. I read a report that said she had a broken cheek, and I thought I saw something that said she had broken or fractured ribs, though I haven't really seen that in all publications. But suffice to say, he fucked her up. He fucked her up really, really bad. And this isn't the first time, according to some reports, that he has had issues with domestic violence with her. Now, I think this is the first time he may have put his hands on her, possibly, but he's had other incidences showing his rage, ramming his car into hers, and displaying a lot of situations in the past where he is a ticking time bomb. All right, he had another domestic violence situation with another female. I think that was like a couple of years ago. He's had other issues with showing his rage and showing problems with controlling his temper in the past. Remember, he was the guy who, I think it was him. It was either him or Christian Wood. I think it was Kevin Porter Jr. that was the one that left at halftime in a game. I think it was last year, the year before that. Remember where he got into it, or supposedly both of them got into it with an assistant coach, and I think he drove off from the arena at halftime. He literally left the game. That's like punching out. That's like just leaving without punching out at work and just going home. Barring extreme circumstances, anybody else that did that would get fired from their job. I mean, unless it's an extreme situation, a family emergency where your supervisor's being an asshole. Okay, yeah, you got leeway in that situation, but the entitlement of these motherfuckers, man. Look, at this point, considering his past, his career in the NBA probably is over. It is. This isn't a scenario where this is a one-time thing, or where he just. And I'm not trying to downplay slapping, but if it had been something where he slapped her and showed immediate remorse, that's still terrible. It is. It's still terrible. But it was a singular event in an otherwise, blemish-free career, then you're willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. But with his sordid history, yeah, you could definitely see a guy like him being out the NBA. And I'm going to tell you another thing that's starting to come to mind too. If I'm the Houston Rockets, right, this is a perfect situation. If you get rid of him, I think he's the starting guard in that rotation, right? Get rid of this motherfucker. Because, the NBA probably going to put him on some type of long-term suspension. All right? Maybe this opens up the prospects of James Harden coming back to Houston again. I'm just saying. Now, I know it probably still clashes with the head coach there because, I don't think he wants James Harden Part 2. He wants to start over fresh. He wants guys who are team-orientated. But at least James Harden is a veteran presence. But I don't know about that situation. I don't know whether, he could jive with Udoka. I don't know if him and James Harden can jive with one another, but if that could be fixed in some way, shape, or form, then maybe that opens the door again. Because James Harden seems adamant that he don't want to be in Philly. Maybe that reopens the door to a team that actually seems somewhat possible that he might get traded to. Who knows? But anyway, yeah, this guy's career is over with, man. He's an idiot, and there's no excuse for what he did. None. No. Young people make mistakes. I get that. Nobody's perfect. But to do that, nah. And I'm seeing people excuse me. I'm seeing people trying to somewhat justify him, like saying, I'm not saying what he did was right, but you know how these women are. Yeah, man, but at the end of the day, bro, ain't no excuse for that. Ain't no excuse for that, especially when you consider that he did that. From what I've read, he did that while the hotel security was there. That's how uncontrollable his rage is. Just thinking about it. Most domestic abusers, right, that I've seen or read about, they like to do their shit when there's nobody looking or there's nobody there, right? But for him to do that shit, from what I've read, right after security opened the door for him and they're right there, and you do that, my goodness, man, you have no fucking self-control. You can't. A dude like that need to be out there fucking NBA, bro. I'm sorry, man. He's one of these dudes that, from what I'm reading about this guy, I don't even want to say it, man. Well, fuck it, I'm gonna say it. He might be on the path to being another Ray Caruth or something, man. Seriously, that guy need to be out the NBA. This ain't what. See, yesterday when I was doing my video, I wasn't as knowledgeable as far as his past history. I knew he had some issues with one domestic case and the situation with his coach. But this guy, he's gotten into a lot of shit that ain't been reported deeply. That's been under the radar. But now you want the attention. You motherfuckers love attention. Now you got it. This generation that love to have all the attention in the world. Me. Put the spotlight on me. Now you got it. Not to mention, I saw Ticket TV's video where the family young girl want to do him in. And I don't blame him. I don't blame them 100. I don't blame them at all. 100%. I understand how they feel. But don't worry. People like him, they get their karma. They do. People like that, they get their karma. They do. And I don't feel sorry for the motherfucker no more, man. You know what I'm saying? Not with this history. Not with this history, man. He's worse than fucking as bad as Miles Bridges is, and I still think Miles Bridges has should have been suspended for a lot longer than some 10 fucking games. Because they suspended 20 games. And that's still some bullshit. Miles Bridges should be out for the entire fucking season, or at least half the season, because something is wrong when Ja Morant is suspended for 25 games, but Miles Bridges gets 10 games. I know it said 30, but the NBA credited him with 20 having been served, which was bullshit. So there's something wrong when Miles Bridges really gets a 10-game suspension this year, and he'll be eligible to come back, but Ja Morant gets 25. And I know what Ja Morant did was dumb as fuck. It was. But bro, what Kevin Porter Jr. apparently did, man, which is he tried to delete that woman's life. When you choke someone to the force where their vertebrae in their neck is crushed, you're trying to delete that person's life. That's not just someone getting mad and losing control for a split second. No, that's the type of rage. Nah, you got to get the fuck up out of the league, or the league gonna have a very embarrassing case on their hands. The way this guy trajectory of his career is going, and I'm sorry, gotta get this guy the hell up out of the NBA. That's just my opinion. Tell me what you guys think.